Semyon, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I was known originally for leading one of the blackjack teams that came out of MIT into the casinos for a few $1 million. I have a background in computer science, and I started a few companies, but I spent most of the last few years concentrating on angel investing. And now I run the TechStars program in Boston.
And that's a South Boston accent I hear from you?
Yeah,
what's your origin
Moscow
story?
Accent. It's a Russian. I was born in Russia, and I came here with my parents in 1979 when I was 10 years old. I have a bit of a Texas accent, you might pick up on top of my Russian accent, but it may have diluted itself over the years.
No, but as an investor, you've got companies from Sebastopol to San Francisco. Is there any rhyme or reason of how you invest?
Well, I do try to work with people who I know, who I have spent time with. For a while, one of my very early investments, that's now a public company called FMTP, well, they have offices in 2 places in Ukraine, and so I found myself spending some time there when I used to be more involved in the company. And in that time, I ended up making a bunch of friends and a few investments as well. But aside from that, I really only have a few in Europe, and most in Boston. There's a couple in New York, and yeah, there's a dozen or more in San Francisco, but that's kind of inevitable. If you're going to try to invest in great companies, no matter how much you avoid the valley, you're going to end up with a few in San Francisco.
But didn't you just have a TechStars birthday party? Is that coming up, or is that, you just had a birthday, or you're about to have a birthday?
I'm about to have a birthday party, and of course you're all invited.
And my birthday is today as well.
Happy
we're
birthday
a fellow Libra, whatever. There you
I
go.
hope you come to my birthday party next Saturday night.
Well, unfortunately, I'll be in Vermont, but otherwise I would. We'll celebrate early.
No one is perfect.
So tell us the mistakes that you see most often, which are so easy to avoid. That what are the common errors among the companies, even companies as distinguished as the TechStars class you brought in?
Well, let's see. So I would say the most fatal mistake that I run into frequently is actually not common to TechStars companies, because it's a bad enough mistake that you would not have a chance of getting into TechStars if you made that mistake. Yet it's a very common mistake, and it's just secrecy. It's when first-time entrepreneurs who don't have a tremendous track record or very deep industry knowledge, nevertheless claim that their idea is very valuable and precious, and so you have to sign some NDA before they'll even tell you what it is. That's a fatal and uncorrectable mistake.
Well, one of the things, TechStars being the sort of mentor-driven program, it's no surprise that you're now leading it, because I know you've gotten very involved in some companies, in helping them with board strategies. But after a while, there's a limited amount of you going around. How are you trying to organize or help in the most efficient manner now?
Well, that's one of the reasons that TechStars is kind of a better fit for me than just continuing to be an angel, because I had too many investments and I wasn't able to spend the time that I really love to spend. Here, there's 10 or 12 companies at a time, and all the selection and recruiting is kind of separate in time from running the actual program. Plus, of course, there's 150 great mentors here that we've selected and continue to select out of the community, and I feel like my time is really leveraged, and I could never myself, have the impact on the companies that the combined mentors have. And of course, the other founders also help each other a lot. So this is really great for me.
Well, it sounds
the way that I mentored on my own, I think the big secret to mentoring is actually just caring. If you're truly vested, if you actually really care about the people, it's always about the people, right? I actually don't care that much about the companies, honestly. I care about individuals, founders, who I become loyal to and get to know. And I find that if I really, really care about the outcome, I can make a positive impact just by being myself.
And I know that now as you're leveraging this Boston network and you're getting the mentors to go help with the companies, that explains why you're telling me I've got to do the dishes now in the sink that's been piling up.
Of course, that's right. Well, everyone's got a role to play.
We add value where we can. Absolutely. Thanks so much, Semyon.